Welcome
to ALUCARD the Vampire.
ALUCARD the Vampire. It is going to be the next hit show. It's going to be talked about for years and years and years, and highly regarded as.
So, as you can see, if it was mirrored, Dracula, but for our way, ALUCARD, because he's a backwards vampire.
What does that mean, Julia?
What? He's not very good at being a vampire.
No
he
way
doesn't
is it.
like killing people. He doesn't like sucking blood. He prefers to do what, Emmy?
He gives blood.
He gives
blood. He's a very kind and generous person, and he goes around and he gives blood. Now,
we need
you're
to
like,
have the cast.
I was gonna say, no,
Yeah.
you'd think that's a really high order to expect someone to be able to, portray this type of character. So don't worry, we've come up with an all-star cast. Who's gonna play Alucard?
Andrew Garfield. No explanation needed.
Obviously, he is
He
Alucard.
is the only one who could do it.
Yeah.
We had options. We went through
Yeah,
150 male actors,
we did.
and he wasn't on the list, and he still
He
got
still won.
chosen.
He still won.
He has a father, though. His father is actually Dracula.
Dracula.
Now, you might be like, who's this gonna be? It's gotta be some horrible, boring old dude. No.
It's an amazing.
It's an
old
amazing...
dude.
He's not that old. He's not elderly.
No, but he's Stanley Tucci, is who he is.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who can accurately portray this character. And he is married to his lovely wife.
Oh, right. Her name's Renesmee. We did.
Renesmee.
It is
Yeah,
Renesmee.
Renesmee.
Yeah. We did forget about that.
And who's Renesmee played by?
Oh, Queen Latifah.
Oh, and you're like, oh my gosh, Renesmee, that reminds me of a little something. Don't worry, we'll get to that.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
So those are our main, casted people from just the family.
Yeah.
From the family.
Did we cast them?
We did not. We did not do that.
Oh, we can do that later.
We can do that at any time we want. And we will.
You didn't hear that, but it's we're gonna talk about it
It's
later.
still in production.
Okay. As is the entire rest of the show.
Production.
Okay.
Is in production.
So this is a story, right? And we think the best way of portraying the story is in several themed 30-minute long episodes.
Yes. Several. There's many.
And they transition to each other. Because you're like,
They
oh,
do.
how do you make themed episodes cohesive with one storyline? And it's with transitions. We are queens of transitions. Queen Latifah? Queen
transition.
Transition.
Well,
Not trans.
no. Oh, right. We forgot about Paul Rudd.
Uncle Paul.
We'll get to him. Right. He's part of the family.
Okay.
So there's Paul Rudd will be in this. He's playing a man who is Dracula's brother. His name is Anthony Paul. However, Anthony Paul is too long to say, so we call him Aunt Paul. But he's an uncle, so he's Uncle Aunt Paul.
Yeah.
But people get confused because they'll be like, Aunt Paul? Isn't that your uncle?
Yeah. And that's the gag. Get it? It's funny.
And because he's Ant-Man. Ant.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. I really hope we can get into some Marvel stuff later. Guess what? That's gonna happen.
No way.
Okay. So we have to have our pilot, right? In our pilot, we need to learn more about our characters. We've just talked about them, so you understand that. But we obviously, because our character really loves to give blood, we end up in a hospital. Now, who do you think it would be a really good person to play hospital staff? Multiple people to play hospital staff.
Well, since we really want to capture the attention of our viewers, with our new vampire show, we wanted to pay homage to the classic
Yeah.
ultra vampire actors. And so that's why the cast of Twilight will be joining us.
They will.
They will be joining us. Eduardo will be played by Robert Pattinson.
Obviously.
He is a male nurse. And Isabel, played by Kristen Stewart. She's also not a male nurse, just a regular woman one. And the best part is, they have not a love story. We're not giving them that much attention because it's not about them.
No, absolutely not.
There's tension. There's little touches,
Yeah,
glances.
and you're like, whoa, what
You're
about
like,
that? And then we don't ever
but
touch
we don't
it again.
care. not a big deal.
Yeah, and so now you're thinking, wow, we're in a hospital? Whoa. So for this second episode, okay, we find out that it's not only the cast of Twilight working at this hospital. Who else is working there?
Well, you're at a hospital. Who do you need?
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, so they are there.
And it's actually a psych ward that we're in now. and
ALUCARD is still there. Don't worry, ALUCARD is always there.
He's just hanging out this whole time.
Oh, we forgot the ALUCARD show opens up with an intro song.
Oh, the intro.
And baby, now we got bad blood. Hey, and the hey it says ALUCARD, and then it says he sucks, and then the name of the episode is in parentheses, and it's some form of no really, or we're not kidding, he actually does,
or
he do be sucking though. Something along those lines.
We can't give you all the episode names because that would spoil some of the episodes. We haven't told you about their themes yet, but
along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, going
Grey's
back
Anatomy,
to Grey's Anatomy.
Psych Ward, New Pen.
Okay, so so you'd think, wow, there's probably a good cast of characters who are being seen by Grey's Anatomy in the Psych Ward. You're right, that it would be correct. We do have some people, including our very own Kiera Knightley.
My best friend, my girl, Kiera Knightley. So Kiera Knightley, what her character is, she's fucking crazy. She's insane. She believes herself to be Jane Austen. And we talked about that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to figure out, we never talked about Jane the Virgin again.
Yeah, we'll see if it picks up. We've got a lot of it. We're working on it.
Okay.
That might be a little quick gag.
Yeah, okay, good. Quick gag.
So she thinks she's Jane Austen.
Yeah.
She is always dressed in the old-timey garb. There's always wind blowing in her hair. And she is always doing a Kiera Knightley impression.
Yeah. She is not Kiera Knightley.
She's doing Kiera Knightley impression, so she's...
Yeah. But she is Kiera Knightley.
You know, the jaw, the teeth, the way they do the impressions.
Exactly.
So she's doing an impression of herself at all times.
Yeah.
She just stands around and says vague things.
Yeah. And that is episode 2.
That is.
So now episode 3. How do we get to episode 3? How we're gonna do this is by tying in the fact that Kiera Knightley is very well known for her portrayal of, I forgot her name,
Elizabeth Swann
in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. So end of episode 2, she'll be in old-timey garb, which is her Elizabeth Swann garb. She'll say one of her Elizabeth Swann lines. Boom, pirates. Now we've got pirates.
Okay, yeah, so episode 3 is pirate themed. Okay, we are talking about Orlando Bloom. Okay, we are talking about Johnny Depp. We are talking about all this.
However,
okay,
Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry.
Because obviously, yeah, they're in a loving relationship. They have a beautiful little daughter. Okay, so she has to be a part of it. And Katy Perry is a great transition into our 4th episode.
Oh, we forgot Ateez is there too.
Ateez was also there because...
So, Orlando Bloom is acting as Katy Perry, and Katy Perry is being Orlando Bloom, and she's dressed like a pirate, hanging out with Ateez. They don't know they're being filmed. They're dressed like pirates. Everyone's confused.
Yeah, including the audience, probably.
And the directors. They're just like, what are we filming?
Exactly. It'll be great.
But then Orlando Bloom performs at the halftime show to end the episode. Yeah,
and you're like, how is this gonna ever get to something else?
And ALUCARD's there, don't worry.
Obviously, he's still giving blood. Maybe this has something to do with during the halftime show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Wait, this is still the Pirates episode.
No, but like the whole time, he's trying to give blood to as many people as possible. So he's at the hospital, and then he's like, okay, I'll keep giving blood at this hospital. Then the pirate thing happens, and he's like, oh my god, wait, you're performing at the Super Bowl? Great, let me give blood to everyone there. Yeah, except for we can't transition fully into the Super Bowl episode, because remember, we're using that as a callback. It's later on. No, we've decided not to now. Have we? Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So now that leads into the sports, right? Yeah, that leads into the sports. That leads into our sports episode, where we have mediocre male athletes for about 5 minutes in this sports episode.
It's true. And then we obviously need to show that men are stupid and inferior by then being like, okay, everyone here sucks. And
let's
sucks,
bring in...
Sucks, ha 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 ha.
Sucks, vampires suck. Oh, that's the name of a spoof of Twilight. Have you seen it? Vampires suck. It's fine.
No. Anyways, so this is 10 minutes long. And we have not gotten halfway through the episodes. Okay,
we're on episode 4.
Anyways... so we show that women are better, and we have all the really great female athletes are in, including the basketball player who just got released from
prison exchanged from Russia.
Because this leads into our next episode, which is a war propaganda episode. It is.
And the title is, This is Propaganda. It is pro-Ukraine. It is anti-Putin. So, Alucard goes to the people of Ukraine. I'm just writing Ukraine here, because we know what it means. Alucard goes to the people of Ukraine. He gives them his blood. Oh, we forgot to tell you. When he gives people his blood, they turn into vampires.
And they love him, but in their own way.
That will come up later.
Okay,
That was a secret till the... It's okay. You know now. Now you're hooked. Now you're hooked. So all the people in Ukraine, he turns them into vampires by giving them his blood so that they can better fight off the Russian army.
Because, fuck the
Zelensky's in the episode. It's
true.
very impactful.
We can get him. It's pretty easy if we just pitch him this
we
stuff.
pulled everyone else, so... He's easy. So, how did that one... Where did that one go? How did we get out of Ukraine? We went from war to, like... We got to England somehow.
Yeah. That was with Harry.
No,
that was,
we got from the Ukrainian war somehow to England.
I think that's a pretty easy jump, though.
Yeah.
I think we can just somehow...
Just
politics.
Wars.
Yeah.
War, England, blah-de-blah.
Anyways, so now it's the crown. And we also invite Harry and Meghan
Harry and Meghan are
and they
pivotal
will be
in this
the
episode.
king and the queen. In this, because we would love them to actually be the king and the queen. So...
And Alucard's meeting with them at the palace.
Yeah, to see how he can help across the seas.
Yeah, he's going to work for the NHS, I believe, is what they have in England. National Health System. I don't know. But he's helping.
National Honor Society.
National Honor Society. Were you in that?
I was invited and I never accepted.
Oh, I was in Junior Honor Society. And then my high school didn't participate. I don't think. But when I was in middle school,
but Alucard would be a part of the National Honor.
He's part of Honor. Exactly. So he's trying to help the people of Great Britain. And while he's there, Harry, the prince, is like, oh, I've got this
king in this episode again.
Harry, the king,
not
King
me,
Harry.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got this great convention coming up that you should come to. It's the Harry Convention. So it's for... conventional. Because I'm trying to talk at the same time. It's for people who are named Harry and also people who are Harry.
Great. This is our next episode.
So at the Harry Convention is Harry Styles, Bigfoot, and our friend Eric.
Our friend Eric. He's a little hairy.
We can easily get him in this. Don't worry.
That one
That's a solid
probably
casting.
the easiest casting.
Easiest casting decision ever.
Probably the hardest. Bigfoot. Maybe Putin.
Are we having him in there?
Well, we can murder him.
We'll have like a fake one for Andrew to kill.
A fake one? A fake Putin?
Yes, like we can win the war at the end.
Okay.
And then, this is how we get to England. He'll win the war because he's British. He's a British vampire.
Yeah.
We're doing that
Andrew
now.
Garfield.
He's Andrew Garfield. He's a British vampire. So
Stanley Tucci's not British, though.
No. Not Queen Latifah. He was just born and raised in England. Because he was sent there for school. Boarding school. Where he was bored. Okay, moving on.
It's made of wood. Steaks. Culinary school.
Pinocchio, little wooden boy. Okay.
Scratch
so
that.
we win the war. He kills Putin. King Harry says, hey, I'd like to invite you to England to get a Medal of Honor. That's how we get to England. Okay.
Yep.
However,
anyways,
at the
there's a Harry convention.
Harry Styles moves into our music episode.
Yeah. There's an episode, we have everyone we've ever loved.
Yeah.
It's easy. Just a
music.
picture. If you have someone that you love to listen to, they're in this episode.
We're like recreating some cool, like good music video vibes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need a High School Musical episode.
We can just have that be like an offshoot of this.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I was like maybe putting High School Musical in at some point.
Well, maybe in Disney.
Yeah. There's gonna be a few musical episodes now.
Oh yes, don't forget, several of these episodes will be musical. Not in that they are going to be like just musical stars, but people will be singing.
Yeah. And it's, yeah.
So that's it.
That will happen.
Yeah, there you go. I just want to.
After music, where did we go from there?
Music,
It didn't go to Christmas.
Marvel? No.
Music? Marvel is soon.
Music, Disney. I feel like then High School Musical could be a good transition there.
Okay, we'll get music into Disney.
Yeah. So then he goes to Disney and he gives blood to children.
Yeah, he gives blood to children.
And he says, hey, stuck on that. Tie in the fact that Alucard is gay and does not realize this. Now,
he could meet Prince Charming at Disney.
Perf.
Prince Charming,
who will be played by...
We've not cast him yet.
We'll work on it.
It's a surprise.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Danny DeVito. They're twins.
He is a pick.
Yeah.
Love Island.
We'll get there.
Sorry, I'm really ahead of the game. I'm so excited about these episodes.
So the Disney episode, he's giving to children. We've got Gay. We've got Dwayne.
Yeah.
And Danny.
And Danny Mark.
Yep. Then from Disney, we can easily hit our Marvel.
Yeah. Marvel.
Easily hit Marvel.
And then, so in the Marvel episode, Robert Downey Jr. is working for a steel company.
Thanos
does
jazz.
And he snaps. And he died. And then Robert Downey Jr. is dead.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland comes back to the hospital.
Tom Holland, he goes to the hospital. We're doing callbacks all throughout this series, by the way.
Yeah, again, to continue the cohesion of the series.
Yeah.
Because
Tom Holland visits the Twilight Grey's Anatomy hospital dressed as Spider-Man. However, in this universe, Spider-Man doesn't exist.
No.
He's just this person, like Tom Holland created him. Yeah. And he's like, I just feel like it'd be great, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Cue Tobey Maguire coming in and being like, son, you're really, my son. You're like too old for this. You need to move out. Like, you cannot continue just like acting like a random superhero at a hospital. Anyways, that's a little thing that happens. Also, Deadpool is narrating the whole series. Except for one episode we'll get to later. He's co-narrating. But he's narrating the whole series. It's very Lion King 1.5, where they can pause and come in and say things and circle things and be like, oh yeah, pay attention to this. Very that. Ryan Reynolds would be down. He'd love it. Does he have to be? I think we just don't need to make him Deadpool. I think we just need to make it Ryan Reynolds. Which is fine. Yeah. Okay. Or cool. He starts as Deadpool and then he's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Actually, I'm kind of over this gag. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, Marvel. We've got a lot. Yeah, and then Marvel, he goes to. They end up going to space. He gets shot into space. Because Guardians of the Galaxy. Pick him up. Guardians of the Galaxy. Pick him up. He's in space. Next episode, guess what? Star Wars. Guess Hold what? On. Star Wars. In this episode, Star Wars goes into Christmas. I remember this. Because guess what? In Star Wars, there is a scene. Well, we didn't talk through this. No, we didn't talk. It's okay because we can just say that Star Wars happens. Star Wars happens, and we all know. Yeah, and Alucard. So he blows up the Death Star. Yeah, there's a lot of blood. Perfect. Great. Yeah, when he blows it up, the blood sprays everywhere. He has like a collector device. And he turns. But Voldemort also, I do need to talk about. Voldemort. I meant Darth Vader. Forgot about our Harry Potter episode. We'll get there. Okay. I also need to mention that in this episode, obviously because Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian, there will be a part where we cut to me making out with Pedro Pascal on the buffet table. Yeah, so like Andrew, Alucard, he's gonna be like giving his lines and then we hear something and he's like, yo, what's going on over there? The camera just pans. It's Emmy and Pedro. Buffet table. They're throwing things aside. They're going at it. It's a good hookup. And then it pans to anyone, really. I can do this. And I can go, Andrew, keep going. We don't have enough film. We need to be professional. We don't have enough film to refilm this. Like, just keep going. I didn't hire you to waste my time, Andrew. Pans back to him.
We just need to, like, have a reality break right there.
Yeah. Pans back to Andrew. He picks up right back where he is because he is a professional. He is. So that's our Star Wars episode.
Does Andrew ever smash anyone's tits in a laptop?
Yeah, he could get angry at me and do that. Because have you seen Andrew Garfield's thirst tweet? Where,
have you?
Where it says, I want Andrew Garfield to smash a laptop over my tits. He can do that to me. After I yell at him and tell him to get back to work, he'll smash a laptop and then get back to work. Yeah. Because he's a professional.
Good. Anyways, we're in the stars, okay?
The stars.
Good thing that RYAN Reynolds is narrating this, because then he'd be like, guys, I know a really good star.
Oh, hey, the star of Bethlehem.
Christmas, bitch. This is our Christmas special. Because you thought we were going to forget about that. No. You thought we were going to forget about
thought we wouldn't have a Christmas episode?
You're fucking wrong. Okay, anyway.
But we start off with, it's like, oh, the Star of Bethlehem. Oh, in a manger. And then Ryan pauses it and he goes, hey, I actually don't think we should talk about religion in this episode. I feel like it's a bad move. Even though we had a full war propaganda episode, we definitely should just avoid religion. And then we're like, yeah. So then he's like, how about commercial Christmas? And we're like, yeah.
That's fine. So do you guys remember the movie Santa Claus? Good, us too. We're gonna do a great allusion to that.
And, claymation?
I forgot this is a claymation episode.
It's a claymation episode.
Because
it's a Christmas episode.
Yeah, so therefore it's claymation.
It's claymation. Yeah.
Okay,
like
so
Community,
so basically ALUCARD he writes to Santa and he's like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could like spread more blood around the world.
Blood and cheer.
Blood and cheer, as so often go together. And I need to spread that throughout the world, and I just think that I could do better if I was you, if I was Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ho, 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 I'm Santa Claus. Mm-hmm. And he comes to ALUCARD's house, and like in the Santa Claus, slips and falls.
Then ALUCARD becomes Santa. And as per the Santa Claus, the elf Bernard is there. Mm-hmm. Head elf Bernard.
If you know, you know.
Oh, we need a Princess Bride episode. Sorry. I was thinking about, what's his face? You know the one. Mandy Patinkin.
Love him.
Yeah.
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, that's not right. We're not talking about
Bernard is there, giving him help through Christmas. However, Bernard has a pet dog. A Saint Bernard, who is actually Beethoven the dog from the Beethoven the dog movies. Cut into our 12th
episode. Word.
With all the famous dogs.
Every single famous dog you've ever heard of.
Lassie,
Snoopy.
Toto, Snoopy, that's a good one.
Winn-Dixie.
Marley, Marmaduke.
There's more.
All dogs. I'm just writing all dogs.
All dogs.
The Space Puppies ones. The Airbud puppies.
Yeah, they're all there.
All of them are there.
Including your good friend. Well, something. Hijinks ensue. It's a dog.
Yeah,
episode.
dog episode.
Come on.
Oh, ALUCARD is trying to see if he can turn dogs into vampires.
It doesn't work. This might be
No, I wanted him to.
Oh, he can.
What if he can only turn like a few?
That's fine.
Like one breed.
That's good.
I was thinking this of the one that looks most vampire.
I was thinking it might be a good, or maybe just like Chihuahuas, because they bite.
I was thinking like the Chinese crested.
Oh, they're ugly.
Yeah,
I
right.
hate them. I was thinking this would also be a good episode where we can focus maybe a little bit more on the relationship.
Yeah, the
between
boyfriend. Him and
Prince
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Danny DeVito.
It's a love
He's turned both of them into vampires, and because of that, they have a blood bond now, where they're infatuated with ALUCARD.
Yeah.
And ALUCARD's
so we can focus a little bit
I'm
more on
gay,
that, and there's
you're
just
both
like
hot, sexy.
And maybe like ALUCARD can be using like the dogs to like, you know.
And the dog walker is Jacob Black, Taylor Lautner. Right.
Yep.
Because of the werewolf
Twilight
dog
werewolf thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, and you're like, oh my god, you're missing one famous dog. Which dog is that? Scooby-Doo. Great. So there is a Scooby-Doo episode. There's a whole enemy. It's a great time. That's the next episode.
Yeah, it's like a Scooby mystery.
Yeah. We have not gone past this point.
Well, we know Scooby mystery to Harry Potter because it's like spooky and dark.
Yeah.
Spooky dark.
Yeah, no. We could take the hood off and the enemy is Voldemort.
Great.
Okay.
That gets us to our Harry Potter episode 14. Harry Potter. Wait, we've got to get back to the Mamma Mia to Love Island track too. We do need to get there.
We can do that here.
We'll do that. But we had Harry Potter going into something else.
And there was something into Mamma Mia.
No. It was I think it was Harry Potter because Harry Potter, the way we're doing our Harry Potter episode is it's the cast of Harry Potter is fighting against the cast of a Harry Potter musical. Mm-hmm. They're all singing.
Another musical episode.
It's great. It's another musical episode, which I think would lead into like the Mamma Mia musical episode. And because it would be like 2 musical episodes back to back. And
yeah, work that crazy.
It would be that lady.
Meryl Streep?
Uh-huh. She would just kind of walk onto the Harry Potter one and be like, it's time for you to pay attention to me now, actually, because Meryl would do that.
That's so
And Meryl would be like...
And she's also been in several... Like, Into the Woods. She was the witch.
So she can walk on in her... She can walk on in her witch. There we go.
Harry Potter.
Okay. Oh, wait, I haven't written down Harry Potter.
Okay, so Harry Potter, witch.
Harry Potter.
Great. It's a good idea. Okay?
AVPM, and then we got Meryl.
Yeah.
Going into our Mamma Mia episode. However... It's not regular Mamma Mia. It's at an Italian restaurant called Mamma Mia. Who are the owners?
The owners would be Alucard's parents.
Remind us of who they are?
They are Stanley Tucci and Queen Latifah, obviously. Okay? And so they are, using... because we needed to get back to the family, right? We've kind of lost that within the stories. We need to get back to the family and talk about how they are showing that you can't tell that they're vampires because there's just so much garlic in there.
Because that's propaganda, too.
Not Russian, though.
Vampire
propaganda.
Well, our propaganda is not Russian. It's very
Sorry, Ukrainian.
Good.
I was just thinking about how much we hate Russia.
We hate Russia.
This will come across in all of the episodes. We stand with Ukraine as the last frame of all of the episodes. They're like, okay, I mean, like, good message, but like, why?
all proceeds. This is for charity. This show, no one is getting paid. Okay, so Mamma Mia, the cast of Mamma Mia, is there. They
are there, and they're drunk because that's just how they are.
Yeah. However, we find out that Stanley Tucci may or may not be Alucard's daddy.
Yeah.
That Queen Latifah
has been with several other men.
Yeah.
Just like in Mamma Mia. And so he has to go travel to see who he thinks this mystery father could be. Where does he travel to?
The lovely Spanish island of Majorca, and he stays in a villa. It's Love Island, UK, babes!
Oh, New Bombshell and
Love Island.
This is almost 30 minutes long.
It's fine. It can go on YouTube. So, it's Love Island, UK.
Yeah.
This episode, RYAN Reynolds is now narrating with the Scottish man. Do we know his name? You know his name.
Iain Stirling.
Oh my god, you did know his name. I just don't fucking pay attention enough. I couldn't be bothered. Ew. There's weird sticky stuff on this. Fucking gross. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Back on track. So, they're both narrating it. They've got sexual tension.
Obviously.
Somehow later in the episode, we do hear them hooking up.
Yeah. Just because that's funny.
While Alucard is on Love Island, he is slathered in sunscreen.
So
like, you
sunscreen.
cannot see an ounce of his actual skin.
Maybe
it's
some
just,
eyeballs.
Yeah, literally just eyeballs. And he's wearing those, like, tanning glasses.
Yeah.
But it's just sunscreen. Like, globby.
It's really
globby.
We're all like,
dripped off of him randomly.
Yeah.
However, he meets...
Because he's a vampire, obviously.
Yeah, because he can't be in the sun. That is true.
We are sticking to vampire lore.
We're keeping that. Or maybe he just has really sensitive skin.
He's like...
He's just like, oh, I just don't want to get
I have eczema.
I just don't want heat rash. So he meets the winners of this past Love Island UK. Davide and Ekin Su.
Which, for whatever reason, all of UK loves, but we will show them how much we hate them.
We really hated them. We were on team Tasha the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Like, not just Tasha and Andrew, just
Tasha.
team Tasha.
Just Tasha. She's a queen. fucking gorgeous.
Tasha will be on this episode, and Tasha will just
be lounging on a chaise lounge, lounging. We're fanning her. We are personally fanning her and feeding her grapes. Like, she deserves it.
It'll be great.
So, Andrew is also there.
Andrew, not Garfield. But
Andrew,
he's there.
Tasha Andrew. But Alucard Andrew is there too. Tasha Andrew. That's how we talk about him. So, he's there. And then Alucard says something like a vampire thing, like, oh yeah, like, suck it, yeah, you know? And then Andrew's like, I love sucking titties.
Because we know this about Andrew.
Yeah, because he sucked Coco's titties. Vomit.
Yeah.
We're still upset about that.
Sorry, that's Coco.
Fine. We did not.
Not really sorry.
We did not. Well, it wasn't. I mean, he shouldn't have done that.
No, we don't approve of this. Anyways.
Yeah, but he was just so upset. He was just so upset and angry that he just licked his shit, you know? I do it all the time.
Constantly. Anyways.
So, he says that. That's just a thing we need to have.
Yeah, it's a gag.
However, Alucard Andrew sees Davide and Ekin Su and kills them.
Yeah, murders them in cold blood.
Murders them.
Because we, again, need to show them how much we hate them, but also we need to get some blood. So we just use them for their blood.
So he murders them.
That's all they're good for.
He goes crazy. Alucard goes crazy.
Absolutely.
Blacks out.
Insane.
End of the episode is him waking up. However, the last shots are POV. So it's just the hands that are covered in blood in front of the camera. Boom. The next episode
is a POV episode.
It's a POV episode.
It's Andrew Garfield holding the camera. Maybe it's a vlog.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Yeah.
Good.
It's just a POV life of Alucard.
Yeah, it's just like a really good filler episode. Again, maybe another time to explore the dynamic between
it's really just
him
there
and his family and his
for
boyfriend.
Fun. For fun and for silliness. Then, what else do we have before the orgy?
There is one more thing. It's Princess Bride.
No, what did we have right before the orgy that we were gonna have, like... Oh, no, we were talking about having Love Island go into the orgy.
Yeah.
But we had Love Island going into the POV, which could still go into the orgy. Because that could go into the orgy from, like, what if we want Princess Bride and we haven't done High School Musical? So it could just be
but High School Musical was used as a transition.
Disney. No, it was not.
Yeah. No. It was used as a transition between the musical episode and Disney.
Oh, sure. Okay. We can do that.
So I think, maybe we just use the POV one to, if we're exploring the relationships, it's a really good way to just go into
maybe it's also Princess Bride themed. Somehow.
Sure.
Mandy Patinkin's there just saying his lines.
Yeah.
He's just saying, my name's Indigo Montoya. For fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
And then our last episode of the first season. Because this will be renewed for several seasons.
Oh, and there's a pregnancy in the second season because after the orgy. Because the orgy is episode 18. So in the POV episode, it ends with all of the people minus the Disney children. So all adult over 18.
And no dogs.
People, no dogs. All come
consenting
find Alucard.
Adults.
They all find Alucard and
because they're in love with him because that's what the blood does.
The blood, but he only really realized that it was doing this with Danny DeVito and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, but he didn't quite understand it.
He didn't realize that it was also going to be every single person that he turned into a vampire. It just hit them faster.
Yeah, because they're
also just a bit pre-inclined to love Andrew Garfield.
They already loved him.
They just loved him so much. They were like, Alucard, he's sexy. Oh, now we're connected by this blood
bond
thing.
of the, vampires.
So, all of them are surrounding him in the POV, start, like, pulling his clothes off. Boom. Next episode, orgy. For half an hour.
There's no lines of dialogue.
No, there is. It's, I don't want to suck your blood. I want to suck your dick.
And, no, that's how we start the episode.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the episode is just actually porn.
Full porn. With, like, everyone that he's turned, the entire population of Ukraine.
Except for the children. No children.
No Disney children. No dogs. Just the adults.
Just every single other celebrity that we've also talked about.
Yeah. 18 plus porn is what I'm writing. And that's the end of season 1.
Yeah. And I think it'll go well.
Tune in next time to see who's pregnant in season 2.
And we will get renewed for several seasons, and it will become. Oh, we'll get Emmy. I'll get an Emmy, and
right,
you'll get
we're
an
gonna
Emmy.
get an Emmy. award.
Yeah,
for this.
and then I'm gonna give the presenter an Emmy, which is just my thing.
It's a plank of wood.
And then we plank.
And then we plank on the stage.
You know when people would just like plank. Anyways, that's our story.
That's
We're sticking to it.
ALUCARD.
And
so this all started because my mom needed to get blood work done yesterday.
Thanks, Cindy.
So she didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good thing she didn't, because or else we wouldn't have this masterpiece. Okay, this is 35 minutes long.